How much does it cost to change your oil on a 2014 Grand Cherokee SRT? I spent $84.89 on oil at my trip to my local auto parts store. First it takes 7 quarts, so I bought 2 5-quart jugs. I could have bought a 5 and 2 individual quarts, but I just figured I'd buy a 5-quart jug and I'll have some left over for next time. And I went with the Wix oil filter. And then I also spent $46 on other things while I was there. So yeah, it's kind of hard to go into the auto parts store and not buy, some detailing supplies. And the Jeep SRT takes the 0W40. I only found that in Mobile 1, so went with the Mobile 1. Wix filter seems to be pretty good filter. Let's change the oil. My engine oil is already warmed up. First thing I did here, I jacked up the vehicle from both sides. Since I have 2 jacks, I just put my jack stand under there and left my jack. Same thing on this side. Just jacked it up right under here. So you'll see an arrow, there's a jack point, and on this side you'll want to be careful because there's a line running down. So just got my jack stand there just in case. 6.4 Hemi. And I do have a catch can on here. Still hot. I'll empty that as well. And since this does hold 7 quarts, you want to make sure your oil pan is big enough to hold 7 quarts. And the oil drain bolt is a 13mm socket. Here's your oil drain bolt. Luckily they make it pretty easy to get to. I just had to put a little extension on here to make it reach because it wasn't long enough. Now if you warm it up, I went for a drive, so my oil is still very hot. Normally I wouldn't try not to get it that hot, but if your oil is hot, you'll want to be careful. While that's draining, I'll pop the top. That'll help it drain a little faster. Ooh, also, I'm thinking about taking this out. Maybe it'll help give me a little more airflow into my intake. What do you guys think about that? As you can see right here, this is the official motor oil of NASCAR, so it should be pretty darn good. And it says it protects for 10,000 miles with a little star here. Let's see what that means. Oh, okay, it says for 10,000 miles or 1 year, so whichever comes first. Hopefully this oil will keep me from getting that Hemi tick. I'm getting my oil filter ready. I always put a little fresh oil right here on that little gasket. I gotta remember where the filter is on here. I'm just gonna go ahead and it's still just dripping, but oh, I see. There's the filter right there. Well, I'm gonna let this keep dripping for a minute, and then I'll get the filter off. Oh, it just kind of you're just going to drain oil right off here. At least they put this guard here, but it's all going to run down right here when I take that filter off. Went ahead and tightened up my drain bolt so I didn't have oil dripping on me while I take my filter off, and it's in kind of a tight space here for the filter, and I knew the oil's hot, so I put this towel over my arm so I didn't get oil all over my arm, and it actually worked. So I'll go ahead and put the new one on now. Kind of can be hard to see, but kind of got to slip it up this way. Definitely a tight fit, and it's nice and slippery. Just getting this filter, it's hand tight. Slippery, but it's hand tight. I'm just gonna wipe everything off, and I'm giving it another turn with this towel. Since it's so full of oil, it's really slippery. I'm gonna drain my catch can right here while I'm at it. I usually also do this in between oil changes because this was actually almost full here in between oil changes. So I just emptied it probably a month ago, so it's really not too full right now, but just gonna do it anyways. That's all oil that would be getting burned inside the motor if it wasn't for the catch can. And this thing is still super hot too. Well, this is the JLT 3.0. Nice, really nice catch can. I like it. Actually, pretty much, I feel like these should be run on every vehicle, I feel like. Now it's time to go in. 7 quarts here. This is 5 in this jug. So that's about 6 quarts right there. One more quart to go. So that's probably a good spot to just stop and check it. Oil's in. I double checked it with the dipstick. Alright guys, oil change is all done. I can't figure out how to reset that light, but start it up, let it run, check my oil again. Gotta get you a little sound check. Gotta go before the neighbors come out. Peace.